Maybe I
I
shouldn't sit directly in front of this light, but the thing is we moved the table, so now, like, I don't have anywhere to put this. Oh, also, we have a stolen storage sign.
That's good.
Mhm.
Stolen from where?
Um, I assume this stands for fine arts,
Nice.
so it's from, like, some university building that does that. I think that the storage sign that says FA 217 is from our high school. We also used to have, a women's bathroom sign from Korea, but then Neil's friend came to our house, and we had something for him, but then we couldn't find it, so then my parents, in a panic, were
So
like, "Get the bathroom sign!" So we gave him that instead.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's my story.
A bathroom sign is far from a bad gift.
Yeah, it's very funny, especially in a
Mhm.
language that nobody in their apartment speaks at all, and also it's
Yeah,
definitely for the women's bathroom.
yeah, that's I
Yeah,
mean,
and there's no women at their house,
that's the holy
like,
grail
ever
of
usually.
decoration.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's why it would've been nice to keep it, because then we could have a stolen storage sign and a stolen
and
women's
the
bathroom sign from Korea,
mhm,
and then it's
yeah.
like, we could just start
Then you're
collecting
you're
them.
on your way to a collection.
Mhm,
Yep.
exactly.
Did I tell
Yeah.
you about my moment a couple weeks ago where I almost stole a stop sign?
No.
I was so close to doing it because, there's an intersection kinda by my house that people are maniacs through,
Uh-huh.
and that's, someone, I guess, had run into the stop sign, and the pole was, like, knocked over, and it was someone had tried to lean it up against, like, a business sign or something, but it had kept falling down, and I was driving away from work, and I was like, "Holy shit. I could just pick it up and put it in." Like,
Yeah,
I could do it so fast.
you
And then
could.
I was like, "Wait a minute. This is a very, like, heavily trafficked area, and I know there's cops here a lot. What are the consequences? Like, could I get caught?" And I thought it
Right.
would be like, pay a fine and return the sign. It's like it's a federal offense.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, "But what if it's just on the ground, and I just pick it up?" And they're like, "Yeah,
It's
yeah,
even
it's
though you didn't take
still"
it off the pole.
even though I wasn't even the one who hit it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm a weenie, and I'm scared of consequences, so I said, "No, I probably won't take it."
Yeah.
Even though I
I
don't
guess
think I would have been caught, but
that was probably smart of you. Because
yeah.
maybe they could catch you, like, years down the line or something, you know? You
Yeah.
never know with those guys. They might,
No.
like, stop by your house with a warrant 20 years from now, and you're like, how could you possibly have known that?" But then they walk in and the stop sign is on the wall, and they're like,
Framed.
"I got you. I'm gonna frame you for
For
murder.
murder.
You're
Yeah,
gonna go
he's
to
my own
jail for
version of
30
Javert.
years."
He's been
Yeah.
hunting me for
Yeah.
his entire career.
Yeah, it's somebody who's about to, like, graduate from cop school, like, right now, and it will be his whole career.
Yeah, wow, 2 whole weeks of training.
Yeah, it's tough.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. A lot of work goes into that.
Yeah.
I have a gift for you.
What? We already
Mhm.
did Christmas.
I know. So I'm ahead of the curve when it comes to birthday.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
I don't have to do it with my hands anymore.
Uh-uh.
I don't have to pretend.
No. And you know what?
That's
You know
so
what?
sick.
It comes with
Yes. I was
yeah.
hoping it
So
would come with
every
a shock.
movie we're doing, we'll just write it
We just
and
write
do
it
the
on
thing.
there and then
Marker.
that's
Do you
perfect.
I
We
I've
can even
actually
write
been kicked out of
we
the
can even
family
write
room.
what STEM stands for. The acronym
Yes,
on
that
it
hadn't
for the
even
name of the
occurred to
film.
me.
This is
Oh my
genius.
gosh. And the ratings, like we've got 5 stars. We can either
Yeah,
rate the movie or rate how well we thought the recording went.
our our own personal success,
Yeah, yeah.
which for, like, 3 of them would be 5 stars, and all the rest,
Yeah,
4 or
at
3, or maybe
least
1 for that one.
1 or 2 of them. Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
that was just a 0 star. That one doesn't even
Yeah,
you don't even deserve to mark it on that one.
yeah. Like,
That was a
half a
rough
star
day.
because we were there, but that's about it.
Yeah, we bothered to show up, but
Yeah.
we didn't do anything else right that day.
No, no, not really.
You know what the best part is?
What?
That's not even all.
A wheel of fortune!
Uh-huh,
That's
with a dry
perfect.
erase
And it
marker.
has a whiteboard. Yes.
Uh-huh,
That's so
uh-huh, uh-huh.
good.
You know what? I got 2 of these, so we can each have 1.
That's perfect because sometimes we have different variables.
Yeah,
Ah, this is so good.
I know. I saw them at Target yesterday. They were each $2, so I spent $6 total on
Wow.
what will make my entire year.
Absolutely. God
Yeah,
bless
my
Target.
man, and I have actually always said that.
Yeah.
Target is the only one who's always been there for me.
Every night in my prayers. And please, God, bless Target. That's sick. Those were $2? Those are priceless artifacts.
I know! I was so excited. I was running back 'cause, my mom was dealing with, like, a return at the counter or something, so I was just wandering as I do,
Mhm, mhm.
and then I saw those and
As
bro, when I tell
one
you I
does.
sprinted so fast to the checkout counter, I had all 3 in my hand, and I'm pretty sure I cut an old lady off when I was running, but I was like, "Get out of here, we gotta like, this has to happen
This
now."
is important. This is an emergency.
Yes. I was so fast too. My mom hadn't even finished up at the counter by the time I got back, and she's like, how did you buy something?" I was like, "First of all, my power cannot be contained. Second, like, look at this." And she was like, "Oh, that's nice." And I was like, "No, you don't get it."
She's very normal about things, so that's what I've noticed.
She really is. She's so normal.
Yeah.
She's got it was we were playing, a game we were playing Yahtzee the other night as a family, and Neil, my dad, and I all wrote out our full name on the top of our score sheet,
Uh-huh.
um, and my mom noticed me writing mine out, and she was like, "Why are you writing your full name out? That's so dumb." And she kinda, like, looked at Neil and Jason to see what their reaction was, and they were both just kinda, like, looking down, and she's like,
They
"Ew."
both had also written their
Their full names, yes, all 3 of us, and she's like, "I can't, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm the only, like, one of my kind in this family."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She doesn't really fit in your family,
No,
I think.
no, yeah,
That's
all the
funny.
3 of
Did that
us are very,
include,
very
like
odd, but
did it include middle names?
yes,
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
Full
my
government
dad
names.
usually
Yeah.
just includes his initial, the W,
Mhm.
because my name is Whitney and his middle name is Whitney, so we don't wanna, like, get confused.
That'd be confusing. People see Jason Whitney Borer
Exactly.
and they say, "Oh, I didn't know you went by your middle name." Yeah.
Yeah,
What a
which
disaster.
hilarious, but and then I put my initial even though it's not official yet.
Mhm.
So I mean,
It's
yeah.
official, it's gonna be on your diploma. I
Yeah,
think that counts as, like, a legal document.
absolutely. Not on my birth certificate, but I say, "Hello, officer who's come to arrest me for my stolen stop sign. If
You've
you'll
got the
take a
wrong
look."
guy. If you'll take a look at my diploma on the wall, it's actually Whitney Zebor.
You want Jason Whitney Borer.
Yeah.
He does go by his middle name. You'll
He'll
find him in
take the
North
fall
Dakota.
for you.
Yeah. Mm,
That's
yeah.
funny.
Mhm. Well, how's your life?
Oh, it's pretty good. I don't have anything that exciting to share. I did
I mean,
I
I
cut my
understand, it's hard to top that.
hair, but the issue was that I had, like, grown out bangs before, and I didn't wanna cut it too short, so I was just doing, like,
Mhm.
the shaping thing, but then it turned out to, like, basically just be a trim of my haircut that I already had, 'cause it was such a similar shape. So, when I get tired of having long hair, I'll do it, like, for real, but,
Uh-huh.
I was kinda liking growing it out, so now it just, like, basically looks almost exactly the same.
It does look similar, but it looks nice.
Thank you. It's because I
Mm.
washed it today.
Yeah, I can smell it from here too.
Yeah, yeah,
Smells nice.
check it out.
Yeah, that's that, jojoba oil. Mhm,
It's that yeah, it's that
yeah.
purple bottle stuff. I buy 2 different brands, but both of them use, like, the same shade of purple.
I used, just whatever shampoo we had in the spare, like, in the guest shower,
Mhm.
and um, it's the kinda stuff that I think you clean, like, a car with. So,
Uh-huh.
I can like, I got out of the
It's like
or
carpet
I
shampoo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, I was, like, trying to do it today. I was like, "Why is it, like, feel like grass?" So, I'm missing my shampoo and conditioner today.
Mm,
Yeah. So, I'm, you know
it's a hard life.
yeah, appreciate it, don't
Yeah,
take it
yeah,
for
yeah.
granted.
When I put it like this, it looks like I cut it a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Mhm. But that's just the part that was already short before. I don't think this even made it in when I cut it. I think this was missed because it was already short.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It also just from, like, the angle, it looks like it's just the one piece of hair that goes down and back around your ears too, so
It's just one.
it's yeah, like a strand of yarn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
not a wig, just, like, the front piece of a wig. The rest hasn't gone on yet.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Luke is having a nightmare.
"Wake
He's
up!
barking in his sleep.
Luke, wake up! Everything's okay! It's just a
"It's alright,
dream!"
buddy. It's okay."
He looks very dead
He does, doesn't he?
from
He
here,
also
yeah.
like, the fact that he's missing this leg, he
It
doesn't
adds
look like
to
he
it.
has any legs at all, and it looks like this
Yeah.
is just a stick that he's, like, laid on.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of looks like a misshapen bread dough.
Yeah, he totally does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucas.
He's my bestest friend. Well, what are we talking about today?
Well, I think we should talk about time. Ha 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 ha. It's a pun. Um, but also, I don't think we've thought of any acronyms for, like, a month or more.
No, we haven't. We haven't needed
No.
to.
Yeah. Did we think of one, like, when we started doing media effects theories originally, did we think of one to stand for any of those, or have we just decided that they don't
I don't
they don't
think
need
so,
them?
'cause those they don't because those are our off the clock ones, right?
The intro one was off the clock because we weren't talking about anything at all. We
That's
were
true.
eating
That was a rough
candy
day.
and, like, talking about whatever for 2 hours.
That was the day that I had my battle with Walgreens, right?
I think so, yeah.
That was a rough day. I should tell you ahead of time as well, I haven't seen this movie in at
For
least a
years.
year.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Oh, good, okay, great.
Yeah. I've seen it twice, I think, but neither of them were, like, post to 2021.
Yes.
So, um so yeah, we have to do this all from memory.
And we both have famously really good memories.
Mhm. At least one of us does. Okay, so maybe the T can be for time, because it's about time.
Good.
Mhm.
I like where you're at so far.
Thank you. There's a marriage in it, and she wears a red dress. So the
Yes.
M could be marriage again. We've only done that once.
Mhm.
Um, E can be something. Hmm.
Unexplained, um, excellent actors.
Ah, that's true. Bill Nye's in it.
Well, Bill Nye is in everything.
Yeah.
I have an existential crisis every single day when I wake up and remember that he was Rattlesnake Jake and Rango.
Yeah.
and
He
he
was.
killed
You
it.
know what? He really was.
He really was. He's
He
one of
ate
those
that.
guys that he ate and he didn't leave a single crumb, not
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of actors that are really talented, but he's one that he could be in anything, and I'd be like I'd have a moment at first, I'd be like, "What?" And then yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
What?
absolutely. Because
Oh,
he
yeah,
there's
okay,
nothing
that
that
makes
he
sense.
cannot
Because
do.
he's an actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
He doesn't say, "A silly animated movie? You want me to be a rattlesnake with a machine gun in my tail? That's dumb. I'm not about that." He's like, "No, actually, I've figured out the voice. I know exactly what this guy's about."
Yeah, yeah. It's like an animated movie where I'm gonna play a rattlesnake, say no more. Okay.
We should
Yeah.
just have, like, a list of actors that, they like, David Tennant was Scrooge McDuck. He was like, "Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna body this." Bill Nye is Rattlesnake Jake. We've got, Robert Pattinson
Mhm.
and Christian Bale
Christian
diving
Bale.
into
He'll do
their
anything for a role, Christian Bale.
anything. Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
People don't
yeah.
respect that man.
No,
I think about the
and
tweet
why
every
not?
day. No!
Like,
What has he ever done? Everything is the thing! He's done everything! There's nothing that he cannot do, and there's nothing that he doesn't put his entire heart into. He was
yeah,
Batman, yes,
yeah, but he
but
was so much more than that.
he was! He
Yeah.
was! Yes. He you know, people say all the time not all the time, this is like a one tweet that I've seen, but, people it's like
Constantly. I hear this every day one
it's
time.
that Robert Pattinson can do Batman, but Christian Bale couldn't have done Edward Cullen, and
Disagree.
that is not true!
That's not true at all.
Christian Bale could have done Troy Bolton,
Yeah.
he could have
Yeah.
done Sharpay. No role is beneath him, just because
You
it's
know
like,
what? He could have been Bella Swan to Robert Pattinson's Edward Cullen. That's what I think.
wow, I think you're onto something.
Mhm.
That could have really worked. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get him on the phone. Let's make this happen.
"Hey, Christian, buddy, how's it going? Yeah, we've got a role for you."
Yeah. Tell him I'm
Do you think
here.
do you think Robert Pattinson would ever do Edward Cullen again, though?
How much does he like Christian Bale?
You have to assume it's a lot
Okay, then I think he would do it for him, but for nobody
for
else.
him. Yeah, yeah, I think that's fair.
Mhm.
Mm. We were picking an acronym.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jack Black also.
Okay, yeah,
He'll do anything.
that's true. He does just, like, in his own time,
Yeah,
like, that's just who he is. He's playing around, he's a musician, he's an actor, he's a gamer.
yeah, jazzing it up.
Yeah, yeah,
And you know what? He's a national hero.
that's true.
Mhm.
Not to mention a YouTuber. Um,
Seriously silly.
I think there's, like, a staircase in their house.
What?
Staircase in their house.
Yes,
Time.
uh-huh.
Explanation? Time
Question mark?
explanation goes together because Bill Nye explains it
That's true.
to Donald Gleason. And then marriage. Easy.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, we've seen this movie countless times. We know everything about it.
I'm
Um,
trying to get Neil to watch Nope, and he doesn't want to do it. And so
why?
at some point, I he doesn't really like scary things because he says they're
It's the
usually all the
least
same. I was
scary
like,
it's the least scary Jordan Peele movie to me.
"That's exactly what I said." Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not like a normal scary either because Jordan Peele is an artist.
Yeah, 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 like, if you're gonna watch a scary movie, you should watch Jordan Peele because it's not gonna
Watch
be the
this
same
one.
as every other scary movie.
Exactly, yeah.
That's, like, his whole MO.
Yeah. Oh, what did we put for S? I forgot.
A staircase in their house.
Okay.
Yeah, because he has, like there's, like, a big old, like not a cabinet, it's like a cabinet, but a really big one that he goes inside, and he's, like, thinking really hard about where he wants to go back in time, you know? Oh, yeah.
Marker.
Yeah! Welcome to Women in STEM, baby!
Yes! Now it's official.
Now it's official. Here we are. We always do this where we chat for 20 minutes, and then we get started, and then I'm like, "Well, I'll probably just keep, like, a little bit of conversation," and I keep the whole thing. So then we get to the like, people have to watch, like, 10 to 30 minutes of just, banter before we officially even start the episode, but I'm not gonna change that because I think we're charming.
I agree. It's you know what? People come for the banter. People didn't watch BuzzFeed Unsolved for the true crime.
Mhm. Mhm.
They
That's
watched it
true.
because those 2 little guys are kinda funny.
Yeah, it's like, this is the point of a podcast, is it not?
Mhm.
You're hearing 2 people
Yeah.
chat together while you do your
Yeah,
laundry or something.
and just be, like, kinda goofy, you
Yeah,
know? It's not
yeah.
serious.
It's just
Also,
not
Ryan
that
and Shane, if you're
serious.
watching, collab when?
Come to Brazil. Yeah, so about time. Here's what I
Mhm.
remember of the plot, just as a refresher for anybody who maybe hasn't seen this in the past 2 to 3 years. There's a man with red hair. His actor's name is Donald Gleason, but his character is not that because he's an actor, and so he's just pretending.
Mhm.
And he's, like, at a party, I think it's, like, a New Year's party or something, and he hates
Mhm.
his sister's boyfriend because he's not very good to her.
He treats her bad.
Yeah, and so but she's, like, in denial because she's in love, and so she thinks he can change and whatever. That's, like, kind of a, like, B plot of the movie. The A
Mhm.
plot of the
By the
movie
way
is that what?
oh, yeah, they don't. That doesn't happen. He doesn't change, and he
Oh,
never
yeah.
will.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah,
That's
girl,
her
get
inner
out.
conflict, but, over the course of the movie, don't worry. She'll find real happiness, and it's not with him.
Yeah.
Rest assured. Um, the A
I'm just
plot of the movie, he realizes that he can travel in time, and so he's, like, freaking out about it, but then he, um, meets a beautiful girl, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Ooh, I could use this to my
Who's played
advantage if
by
I mess up."
Regina George.
Yeah, otherwise known as Rachel, our good friend
That's right.
Rachel, friend of the show. Um, so then he misses an opportunity to, like, meet up with her, so then he tries to go back in time to fix it, but then because he goes back in time too far to the point that they never met, and so then she's like, Who are you?" And he's like, "Oh, no." So he has to keep going back and, like, changing that, and so then there's, like,
Mhm.
that interesting thing, kind of like in Groundhog Day, where you're like, "Is it actually ethical for, like, one person to remember the relationship and the other person to not remember the relationship?" And then it's like the first person is almost kind of tricking the second person, but I don't like it in Groundhog Day, and I do like it in this movie, so that's that on that.
Yeah, because Bill Murray's just an asshole,
Yeah. What is his
but Donald
deal?
Gleason he's, like, a really nice guy.
Yeah, 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 and he's really just, like, trying to do his best, but now he has, like, way too many responsibilities, he has a lot on his shoulders. Anyway,
Mhm. Yeah.
um, it's lovely.
It's
You
just
know what?
a truly just a delightful movie.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And there's some
What
I think it's fun to, like, talk about the implications of time travel in media and all of these things, and that's, like, a fun conversation to have, but for this movie specifically, it's not necessary because you can just enjoy, like, the wonder of of the movie
Yeah,
and, like, the happiness that they find in their lives because they have this, like, gift, you know?
yeah, and I
Um,
love to this was something that I said the first time I watched it, that there's no, like, mystery to, like, figuring out how or why the time travel works, why it's just presumably the men in this one family, because the
yeah,
conversation that Bill Nighy, who plays Donald Gleason's dad, has,
mhm,
he's like, "Hey, by the way, um, just FYI, it's not, like, even really a big deal, but, like, we can travel through time,
And Donald
so
Gleason is like, "Oh, that's what's been happening," and he's like, "Yep, so, like, good luck, buddy," and they don't that's pretty much the entire conversation,
yeah.
and it's
They're
fine. He just figures
it's
it out,
fantastic.
and then he does it,
Yeah.
and I
He
think,
figures out, like, the
stop
consequences of his
dwelling
own
so
life.
much on how it works, who cares? That
Yes,
it works
exactly.
is what we should be focusing on.
Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I mean when I say suspend your disbelief. Like,
Mhm,
sure, it's unrealistic in real life or whatever. Boring, but the rules established in this film are immediately like, this is what's up. This guy can time travel,
mhm.
and we're not going to question it again. So, within that structure of rules, we've got this guy can time travel. Let's just see what he does. That's all
Yeah,
we need. That's all they
exactly.
give us because they trust us. They're like, yeah, no, this is, we're not going to
He'll
bother with
figure it
it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to make it too complicated. He can time travel. No one else
Mhm,
remembers it. It's just him and his dad.
mhm.
Like, moving on. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
it's
good.
great. It's great.
Hmm.
It gives you a lot more opportunity to explore, like, his choices, right? He figures out he can time travel, who cares how? Now that he knows that, what is he gonna do about it, right?
Hmm.
Easy. And what
Yeah.
he I mean, it's, like, fascinating the choices that he makes, like, he finally gets together with Rachel, who even is her character's name? I don't know. We don't remember any of
Um.
these characters' names, we've just been called
No.
by their actors.
His name is Tim, and her
Mhm.
name is Mary. Yeah.
Um,
Margot Robbie's in this. Who's
yeah,
Margot Robbie? Is that his
she's,
sister?
like no, she's, like, one of the friends of Mary, I think?
Oh, yeah. I probably should watch this again.
Yeah, we know the basic
Yeah.
premise.
I love that he like, cause again, it's not a really heavy movie. There's not a lot of drama and depth, but the reason that he doesn't end up with Mary initially is because he ended up going back in time to help, was it his landlord?
Yeah,
Yeah. His landlord was producing a play, but it went poorly the night that Tim met Mary. And so Tim is like, "Okay, I will, like, give up this
I have
connection
to
that I
go
have with
back in
her."
time to get people to go to this event so that he feels appreciated for his play.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
then later he's like, "I'll call Mary," and her number isn't in his phone anymore because he went back to the same night and
So
redid
then
it.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
then he's like, "Oh, you can't have 2 nights at once, you have to pick one." Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So then he has to find another way to meet Mary and make it not weird that he already remembers her, but she doesn't remember him because it technically didn't happen anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then over and over
Yeah.
again, that's his, like, main conflict in traveling time is that he wants to do the best thing possible for every person that he knows. He's, like, a
Yeah.
very compelling character because he's just so sweet. He's, like, really trying to do his best here, you know?
Yeah. And that's, I think,
Like
why it works, especially, like, compared to something like Groundhog Day, where Bill Murray, and I love the movie, I do enjoy it, but he because he is
but
an
it is
asshole,
weird.
he's
Yeah,
it's yeah. And this one, it's just you root for him not because you wanna see him become, like, a better person, because he's just already a really good guy.
yeah,
You don't think, "Girl, Mary, run." It's like, no, yeah, he's sweet, he's sweet and he's kind and he's compassionate. He
yeah,
had 2 wonderful parents, were wildly entertaining on their own.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
they are.
but, like, yeah, you root for him because time and time again, he's shows that he's willing to sacrifice his own benefit in order to help the people around him.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah,
so
so the
good. He
main
doesn't have, like, an evil twist or, like, "How can I use these powers for evil?" Every single time,
right.
it's either it gives him just a tiny little moment where he can go back and redo an awkward moment that he had, or just,
Or
like,
do
help
some
someone else.
yeah, do something bigger to help someone else, and, yeah, the main, like, point of interest is figuring out how he, um, like, prioritizes things,
Mhm.
right? Like, if I go back to change this, and it also changes other thing, is that worth it to me, right? And kind of that his own thought process is so interesting.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah.
one, scene in particular that still, like, stands out to me, and I think about it I try to think about it a lot, even though I haven't seen the movie in a really long time, but this is one that has like, it comes up frequently in my thought processes.
Mhm.
Um, the scene where, Bill Nye is telling I'm not even gonna look at his character name, that's he's Bill Nye, but
Mhm.
he's telling Tim, you know, live the same day over again and don't change anything. Don't, make any big differences. Just do it exactly the same and just see how you're able to live it differently. And the
Mm.
first day is so busy. He's so stressed out. There's so much going on. He has a really stressful day at work, and his kids are just chaotic and messy and everywhere. And him and his wife are, kind of not, having a little disagreement. And at the end of the day, he, starts it over again and lives it over again. And he just appreciates it so much more the second time around. He's at
Mhm.
work, but he's not rushing around. He's able to just really take in his surroundings and appreciate his
Yeah, he
partner.
knows what's
And
going on in the day so he can just take his time to do these things right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I love that that's the main message of the movie over and over again is it's not some big grand thing. It's never going to be some big grand thing. Just do what you can to live in the moment, exactly where you're at. And like that's so sweet because that's something that we can all do in our actual day-to-day lives. We don't have to be able to travel in time, and there's not some big grand conspiracy or some plot or some mystery to be unraveled. It's how do you make the most of living your life?
Mhm.
That's it. That's beautiful. It's a difficult question, but it's a simple concept. And they try to answer it in just a really simple way. Just appreciate the little things that you can't control.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Ah, ah,
Whoa.
bad.
Um, I was gonna say that that speaks to another like, something that stands out in the movie for me, that he can only go back so far without, like, butterfly affecting his entire life, you know? And
Especially
so
with his kids.
it helps him to appreciate these moments more because everyone else gets to only live them once, and he can really only live them up, you know, a couple times or, like, up to a certain point. And he learns that when his sister is in, like, a car accident and he wants to go back to make it not happen, but he goes back too far and then he doesn't have his daughter anymore. And then he's like, "Oh, who is this kid in my house? Like, I don't know you. What happened to my kid?" Right?
Yeah, where's
Um,
Posey?
he's like
That's
freaking
her
out and
name,
he
Posey.
Posey, yeah. He
Yeah.
goes back to talk to his dad about it and his dad is like, "Well, you like there's only so much that you can change. Some things just
Mhm.
have to happen this way," right? So then he has to go back again to have Posey,
Not
and
do it.
then that's still it means that his sister is still in the accident,
Mhm.
and that's like
And I think she's
yeah,
only
that's
in the
one of those
accident
things that
because of her, like, abusive boyfriend, right? Like, that's
yeah,
a yeah.
yeah. So he wants to go back far enough that he can break them up, like, at the I think maybe even at the New Year's party that we see at the beginning. I'm not sure at what
Mhm.
point it is, but he tries to go back to break them up, but then he it's too far. Um,
Mhm.
so that sucks, right? And that's a moment of, like, a little more depth in the movie where you're like, "Oh, these things actually can have, like, real, like, harmful consequences," right?
Yeah.
Um, but then because of that, he's like his sister still lives and is able to change her life, and she gets rid of that guy who's, like, so awful, and she starts doing her own thing and, becoming closer with her friends again that she's kind of lost contact with because she was in this horrible relationship. And you see things, like, really start to look up for her, and he gets his family back.
Mhm.
So it's like, it hurts, but it's still the best situation that could have happened.
Yeah.
and that's, the same thing happens when he knows that his dad is about to die, so he just keeps going back, like, he and the dad keep going back to visit each other
Yeah.
for, like, this certain amount of time. Because after the dad dies, he can't go like, he could go back to see him, but it could mess up, like, the other future things, right? So
Mhm,
it's a
and well,
little
and
bit
he's also about to have another kid too, so if
yeah.
he then I
So if
think
he goes
then
back to meet his father after the kid is born, then it'll change again, like, he might have a different kid or something might work out differently, so there's, like, only this window of time that they can still see each other. And so
mhm.
I think that's another just an
Oh,
speaks to the point
because his
of
dad had died at that point.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I forgot
So
about
his
that.
dad
Okay.
dies and then the kid is born, so he has, like, this window where he can still go visit his dad and he's still alive, and to me, that it speaks again to, like, just appreciating these moments while you have them.
Mhm,
'Cause everybody has that point where you only have this much time with this family member, and then, like, you can't see them anymore.
mhm.
So I think it's, hmm, yeah, I don't know, it just helps him, like, appreciate his relationship with his dad more,
Yeah.
and it helps him to, like, prepare for it mentally, I think. Like, he can get
Mm,
the news from the doctor and feel more at peace because he gets to have these moments with his son where he just comes up to visit and they chat, they go
yeah,
walk on the beach, they play pool, you know? Just these,
yeah,
like, moments that when somebody is gone, like, these are the things that you miss the most, just those, like, small, like, daily activities that you took for granted before.
mhm, just spending time with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's again, I what I love about the movie is that it just focuses on the small things, you know, your relationships, how you feel lost, and how you can repair the hurt in your own life,
Mhm.
and, the sense that even he does have time travel, yes, but like you said, the things that he does are just, like, the things that they would do all the time anyway. So,
Yeah.
it's saying in a sense, just go back and revisit these memories in your head. It's he's reliving memories that he already has because he can't go back too far, right? It's or
Mhm.
change too much, like you say, because the butterfly effect. So it's just essentially he's just going back and living the moments over and over again. And that's something anybody can do, it's just like you miss this person, just go back, run it back in your head, just play it
Yeah.
again. Yeah, it's just so
Yeah.
sweet. It's just all you can do is remember them. So remember them, but do it intentionally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you said the word intentionally. That's the word that was kind of sticking out to me, like, when he goes back to live the day over again and he's just going to work. It's like he's more appreciative of, like, how the light falls on the train on the way there, you know? He's, like, nicer
Yeah,
to his coworkers, and he does his job with more focus, and then he can turn it off and go home and really be present with his family, right? Because he has this mentality of, like, doing things really intentionally,
yeah,
and that's really the whole point, like, he can't even though he has time travel and he can go and change certain events in his life, you ultimately, like, you can't change grief. It's still
yeah,
gonna happen, like, your sister's still gonna be in an accident, your dad's still gonna, like, die, you know?
yeah,
But it's about enjoying the moments that you have and still doing the best that you can with whatever resources you have.
yeah. And he also doesn't get lost in it either.
Mhm.
Like it would be so easy to just get trapped in this loop of, oh, well, I can just keep going back and back and back and back and back. But then he would miss out on, his children and his wife and his sister and his mom, the people
Yeah.
that he still has in his life. And that's, it's important to have the memories and appreciate them for what they are. But like you said, it's to be more present in the now and
Mhm.
like you're never going to get rid of the hurt or the hard things, but just appreciate the good when you have it and the people that you still have in your life. His sister ends up dating his friend too, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. They've been,
That's
like,
good.
friends, like, they grew up together and they've been friends forever, and they, like, finally, once she's, like, healed from the accident and from, like, the bad relationship, she's like, "Oh, hang on.
"Oh, this guy."
Why did I never, like, notice that before?" You know?
Yeah. Luke, say hi. Hi to the camera.
"Hi, Luke. Nice haircut."
She says, "You look sharp." He's kinda shy.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I wish you could smell him. He
Been a
reeks.
while. Oh,
Don't
that's
open your
nice.
mouth near me. So disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna shower you, huh? Gonna get you all nice and clean. He hates showers too.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he's gonna have a bad day.
Well, you know what, Luke? Sometimes you can't avoid the bad days. You just have to live through them so that you can appreciate the better days all the more, you know?
Yeah. Do
You
you
can
understand
spend
that?
time with your loved ones while you have them, Luke. Haven't you ever seen About Time starring Donald Gleason?
He just looked so deeply into my eyes. It was really weird.
Wow. Well,
He's
he's really
got
trying
like
to enjoy his time with you, I think.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
know that one
It's
Tom
like,
Cardy video where he's like, "I'm good, but please don't look at me," and she's like, "Why do you want me to look at you?" And he goes, "Fine, if Rebecca wants some looking time." And then he just, like, glares into the camera.
it's insane
Fine.
how many situations there are a Tom Cardy video for.
Way more than you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an artist.
Yes, that's true.
Mhm, mhm.
I've
Yeah.
always said that. Can I read
Oh,
you a
another thing
poem? Oh, do
oh,
you wanna go
yeah.
first?
Oh, sure, I'll just go real quick. I
Okay.
like that Tim meets Mary in a restaurant that's dark
Yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever reason.
So the
Like, there's just
idea
no
is that, like,
lights.
everybody's on a blind date, like, you just get to sit next to a stranger and get to know them and figure out how to eat in the dark, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
funny concept, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I would hate it,
Mhm.
but I loved seeing it visually. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's nothing to see. The audience, we're in the dark too. I like and we've talked about this before, if you're gonna have a nighttime scene in a movie,
Mhm.
brighten that shit up. We gotta
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Where's the
I
light
wanna
coming
see
from?
what's
The same
happening.
place as the music.
Mhm.
We're talking Lord of the Rings, that you there's never a moment in the dark where you are lost as to what's happening.
Mhm.
This one takes it in the opposite direction, and it works because none of the characters are supposed to be able to see anything either. So it's
Yeah.
not like they're like, "Whoa, look at that over there," because they can't. They're blind. So we're blind.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
all sitting in the dark together. It's just pitch black on the screen. That's all
Mhm.
they're seeing, and we just hear their voices. It's good. It
It's
works.
nice, yeah. I think it works, and it's very, like, immersive to just to hear, like, "Oh,
Mhm.
this person's voice is here," you know, and it's like you're sitting at the table with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, um, yeah, yeah, that's nice. I think it's, like, the only situation, like, if your characters are supposed to be, like, actually in the dark and can't see a single thing, then you can make the screen that dark, but otherwise, like, what's going on? And I hate it when,
Mhm.
like, there's, like, a really dark scene, so you turn the brightness up on your screen, like, all the way up just so you can, like, kinda figure out what's happening, and then it's all, like, super pixelated and weird because 'cause they're not supposed to be that high up, and then the next
Yep.
scene is, like, during the daytime, and you're, like,
So
blinded
you're blinded. It's like
because
looking
it's
at the
so it's like
sun.
and you're like, "Ah."
Mhm.
I hate that.
Yeah. Well, and you and I
People need
have
to
our blue
stop doing
filter.
that.
Yeah, cut that out. We don't
Yeah,
need it because we have our blue filter off a lot of the time too, and so that, like, messes with the visuals as well.
yeah.
So, like, what
Yeah, I just have, like on mine, I have it so it changes the, like, white balance.
Oh,
So,
uh-huh.
it actually makes it easier to see the screen on here, but
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, it does make it if I'm just watching a show, I, like, have to change the white balance back to normal so that it, like,
yeah.
makes sense. But then
Mhm.
sometimes it's too bright. Like,
It's so
have
bright.
some compassion. People are trying to watch this. Like,
Yeah,
do you want people to see your movie that you made? Very
yeah,
annoying. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Anyway,
What's your
it's just
poem?
on the theme of, being intentional with your time. It's a Mary Oliver poem, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I think it's called In Blackwater Woods. Yes. I had to scroll all the way to the bottom because the title is at the bottom instead of the top. Okay, In Blackwater Woods by Mary Oliver. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light, are giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds, and every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I've ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this. The fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go.
Hold it against your bones. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Neil's here.
Hi, Neil.
Olivia says hi. He says hi. Yeah. You want a cameo? Come say hi.
First Neil appearance. Yes.
Whoa,
What's up?
cryptid Neil.
Hey, it's our boy.
Hear you.
Here, let me take that out. Okay, now try talking.
Okay, what do you want me to say?
No, her. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. I'm just turning it up a little bit.
He's there.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What is the topic of discussion today?
We're talking about time.
Ooh, rough. Never seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't seen it in years either.
Yeah.
So you'll fit right in.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's cute though,
I think
actually.
we've remembered a lot
It's
of
still,
details about it.
why are you so quiet?
I don't know.
It's about a guy who can travel through time, like travel back in time
Uh-huh.
moments in his life, but he just uses it to get a girlfriend.
Nice.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's nice. You should watch it. I've been proud that we've remembered actually a lot of moments from it.
We have. We have.
So it's not too bad. It's one that even if you have only seen it a couple years ago, sticks with you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a delightful
So
film.
it's quite memorable, you
It
could
is.
say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch it sometime.
I might add it to our list. We have a list of movies that we want to watch.
Hmm.
Oh, great.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no. Apparently it's just me because Neil has asked me every single day. He's like, "How can you just watch movies?"
I I like movies, but I am not a movie every single day kind of person. That's
Mhm.
a little difficult for me.
Yeah, and I'm a multiple movie a day kind of a person. So
Yeah.
we don't really
Align.
align. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like a situation where you balance each other out. It's just that you're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our
That's
other
okay. I'm not a movies everyday person either, but thankfully I've just seen a lot over time, so we always have something to talk about.
overtime, is that similar to about time?
Yeah, it's just a different preposition at the beginning.
Oh, must be a
Hmm.
secret.
Yeah.
I
It's like he's just at the office all night. It's working overtime.
I have two of these, and I
Hmm.
filled one movies that we need to watch this week, and so that's what
Oh, nice.
we have a lot of because
So that
I
way
finished
you don't have to like choose yourself. You can just let fate decide.
exactly. 'Cause screw fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't mean anything to me.
Multiple fates.
There are multiple fates in Greek mythology, but I think also there's just like one concept, like one just fate, like she's just overarching, like on her own.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
I choose to follow Greek mythology. So there are multiple.
Okay, well, I choose to follow Jesus. So
Okay. I'll let
Yeah.
you guys talk about your movie.
okay,
Oh, we were pretty much done, but good to see
Yeah.
you.
This is good. Body is broken.
that's good.
No.
No, oh, bad. Oh, as in it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was working out and my hands were like this cold the whole time.
Don't do that.
They're like ice cubes. And it's really weird to
Did you stick them in the snow?
No, they're just that cold.
Jeez.
That's like my outer extremity.
You gotta go to a
temperature.
doctor.
Isn't it weird?
Odd.
I'm like,
Feel my fingers.
they're warm.
Yeah. The toasty. Like little sausages. I just got out of the oven.
Mm. Who doesn't like sausages? Vegans. That's a Lucy Beaumont moment. Oh, I'm a vegan.
I love her. I love her. She is like
I can only
perfect.
see one eye. I can kill something. Oh, she's so funny. My food like arms.
Arms. Arms.
Oh no.
I love, and we've talked about this before, but just the moment. This seems like happens every episode this season where Greg just has
Mhm.
he has no retort. He has nothing to say. He just stops
No.
and she catches him so off guard.
Yeah. Every time. Yeah, that does happen every episode with Lucy and like half the episodes with Sam. It's like
Sam,
incredible.
yeah. I love him.
Did you know? I heard the other day that they're starting a podcast together, Lucy and Sam.
Lucy and Sam? Bro.
They really bonded after their initial phase of like, oh, hello.
Well, I think you'd have to, when your first time meeting someone, you say, here, cut off this bit of hair. Right here. Yeah.
Attach your hair to my hair. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. Everyone this season was really odd.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
what a show.
It's
My
such
friend,
a good show.
You've met Al, right? Or have you not? You have at the wedding.
I've met Al. Yeah.
Yeah.
At Allison and Michael's first wedding. Yes.
Yes. The first one, not at the second one. I've been telling her the entire time I've known her, I'm like, you gotta watch Taskmaster. You would love it. You know how when you meet meet
you can just tell which British comedy show they'd be the most into.
Yeah.
It's like a sixth sense.
Other people is I have like an digital overlay in my vision where I meet someone and just a list of the media that they would enjoy pops up. Like they're like, yes, how did you know? I'm like,
I have my ways.
Yeah. Anyway, watching Taskmaster yesterday, I think I got the text and was like,
nice. Is she starting from the beginning or from the current season?
I don't know. I haven't heard back from her, but I'm like excited. Yeah, because
either way, it's like tantalizing.
You start with any, and it just keeps getting better. But also the one you start out with is the best one. How I don't know, but it is that way.
It's incredible. I was watching this video essay the other day about the existentialist philosophy found in Taskmaster. Brilliant. It's a really good video, and I was like, yeah, exactly. I understand all of this because I'm a philosophy minor. But yeah, it was really good.
Nice.
The idea about like choice and what makes a person the way that they are.
Yeah, that's a question that comes up a lot in that show is why
especially the most recent season. Every single episode we'd watch it as a family, and Ian all the time. He used to live in Hull, where Lucy Beaumont is from. So he's like, "Oh, this accent takes me back." And then 1 minute later he'll be like, "What is her problem?" She's so weird. Why is she like this? Where did she come from? It's so funny. She's just odd. It's such a like I do think that people on the show kind of like lean into a certain persona, and kind of ham it up for for the show, but like still.
Yeah.
Like how did you even start out at this point in order to like exaggerate this character? Like
Yeah.
where did this character come from? She's so unusual.
She's really odd.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, like, I keep going back to Paul Chowdhury
Hmm.
over and over again because he's just it's he acts like he doesn't get anything at all. He's just so deadpan and just like bastard crying in it. That's just there's something about the like you can be just such an incredibly talented comedian that you go so far in the opposite direction of like I'm not gonna make jokes. I'm just gonna pretend to be like a brick wall.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Lunatics. And some of them you have to
Hmm.
be you're like I know you're exaggerating like a little bit, but like you could only do so much. I know this is
Yeah.
just who you
Yeah.
like just I just don't
Jessica Knappett. I was gonna say Ed Gamble too.
Ed Gamble, yeah.
Yeah. I think he's just like that.
Yeah. Yeah. What a beautiful show.
Yeah,
Really
it really is.
just a cross section of human existence.
Hmm.
Get a sample of everybody.
Oh, it's so good.
It's re-
Anyway, thanks everybody for listening slash watching.
Mhm.
Go watch About Time and also watch Taskmaster.
Yep, both
They're
of those
both
things.
brilliant. They'll both just make you really understand and appreciate more the human condition. So that's all I have to say. Also, Neil, if you're watching, you should watch Nope. You should give it a chance. I think you'll like it. You'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
that scary. It'll be
He's
okay.
not in here, but I'll tell him for sure.
Yeah. I was hoping that he would watch this back, in order to see his cameo, and then he would stay because of our charming banter.
Right. He's like, wow, as a sister, she's wildly irritating, but on screen, really entertaining.
Yeah, I really like her podcast host persona.
Not like this at all. This is not genuine.
No, no,
Just
no. I mean, I hardly recognize you when we get on these calls.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So any bumbling or, you know, forgetfulness or
Hmm.
parts of my personality that you're like, I don't really love that to the viewers.
It's just because wouldn't it be so funny if there was like a podcast host who forgot what she was saying all the time? Ha 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 ha. It's all a
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally aware of it. It's on purpose. All of these are
Hmm.
just yeah.
Yeah.
This is the personality that I've crafted for this and not
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
yeah, who I am.
Yep.
Okay, bye.